I've been asked by the Lonnie Beltmann Agency to share with you step 6 of the agency sales method, the close. The Lonnie Beltmann Agency method is not generally a probing question, a hard sale, a steak and beans close. That's not what we do. We come to an agreement with our prospective clients. No matter what we're selling, whether it's advertising or windows or solar, we come to an agreement with them. And to demonstrate that for you, what I've asked is for us to have one of our special guests to come and have a short discussion with me and how you can see we demonstrate that we come to an agreement. Hello.
Hi.
It's nice to see you.
Christine.
Christine, nice to meet you. Say, Christine, I appreciate your time and meeting with us, and I'm glad to see you again. We're in the close, right? And what I want is you remember we talked about the deck of cards. You remember how many suits were in there?
About 4.
About 4, right. And can you remember what they were?
Hearts, diamonds, clubs, and spades.
Hearts, diamonds, clubs, and spades. Okay, can you pick 2?
Let's see. Diamonds and spades.
Diamonds and spades. So you got the diamonds and spades here, you got the hearts and the clubs here. Out of the hearts and the clubs, can you pick one for me?
About hearts.
Hearts. Okay, you chose the hearts. Right. So, what else we have on the dilemma? Here's a 5. Five numbers. We have 5 numbers, and we got to pick one of them. And we got to get to one of them at least. So can you, out of the 5 numbers, can you pick a couple of them for me? 1 through 5?
1 and 2.
1 and 2. So 1 and 2, you left 3, 4, and 5. Out of 3, 4, and 5, can you pick 1 there?
Let's see. 3.
3. You left the 4 and the 5. Which one there?
About 4.
All right. Very good. 4 hearts. Well, I thought that it would be the 4 hearts.
Oh, awesome.
We came to an agreement. That's what we did. I asked a few questions. I didn't probe. I didn't make her uncomfortable. I didn't have to have any pain over there on her part. Actually, more curiosity than anything. And we arrived at the same conclusion. That's your job as a professional salesperson. Your job isn't to make them uncomfortable so they never want to see you again, right? Give them something they want. Come to an agreement with them. And then, for sure, make sure they're happy about it. Saw a little smile there. That smile is what you want to see. Thank you. It's been a pleasure meeting with you. So what we want to do is we want to talk about, now that we've reached this point, we've come to an agreement, there's a couple things that have to happen. Your prospective client may give you the one objection that you did not want to hear, which is, I want to think about it. All right, you already know they're qualified because you set that up. You know your prospect has the money, they have the time, and they have the interest. They may even have the need for your product, but they want to go think about it. Well, you've got to at least overcome that one. If you are not overcoming, I want to think about it, at least one time in your method, sometimes they say go 3, 4, or you just sweat them out until they buy from you, or you leave your briefcase behind and go pick it up afterwards and all the gimmicks and tricks they've used over these years. But you got to at least try to overcome, I got to think about it without running out the door. And what you ask is you ask your prospective client, do you need that 4 of hearts? You ask them, can you afford it? You've already come to an agreement. You already know they have the money. You probably did that way back in step 3 when you qualified them. You also ask, hey, can you even get the 4 of clubs, right? That's what you're doing. You're asking them, what do you have to think about? Do you have to think about whether you need it, whether you can afford it, or whether you can get it? If they don't have to think about any one of those 3 things, then there really isn't anything left to think about, and you get to move in for a real close. And the real close is when you get the money. Right, and we're going to take that into step 7. Step 7 is the transaction of moving payments and processing paperwork, but you got to get the money, and one of the questions they're going to say to you is, do I have to pay you right now? And your response should be, it's customary. You don't have to sweat it out. Oh my goodness, we got to talk about money. You're a sales guy. You should be able to talk about money. You should be able to say, it's customary for you and I to sign this piece of paper and you to pay me right now. On your close, you should come to an agreement, 4 of hearts, whatever agreement you're going to come to. You should ask for the money, and you should overcome, I want to think about it. After that, you move on. You put them back into the CRM system and keep following up with them, and hopefully something will change over the course of time and you can close them. What we're moving into next is how, in the modern climate, to take the payment and process the paperwork efficiently. We'll see you over in step 7.